Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Kieran and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, bringing some brand new content to my channel, going to be bringing event rundowns which I am commentating to my channel. Now, in some events I can be very opinion based on who is going to win, but in others I can't, and this is sort of one of them. But I'm going to be bringing a separate video like this one for every event that I commentate on, for the sort of predictions rundown of the event, and just bringing content to my channel because it's something that I can do, go in depth with, and hopefully you guys like it. So, Games Clash Masters starting on the 28th of September 2018, $90,000 prize pool for an incredible event. It's a tier 2 event and we've got $90,000. That's insane. It's almost unheard of. It's in Gdynia, Poland. It's a LAN event. And it features Fragsters, Heroic, Red Reserve, Pact, Ago, Kinguin, Sprout, and x-kom. The format is a... Look, there isn't actually no format on here, but it's best of 1 opening. It's a GSL system. Best of 1 opening and winners matches, best of 3 decider and elimination matches, with 4 teams advancing to the semi-finals to play a single elimination run through to the grand final. Prize distribution is $50,000 for the first place, $20,000 for the second, $8,000 for third and fourth, and $1,000 for fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. So, this is essentially the same as a DreamHack Open event. It's around the same prize pool with around the same teams, minus maybe Pact and x-kom who qualified through the Polish qualifiers. Ago and Kinguin qualified as well. Hellraisers and Imperial dropped out, hence why we had Pact qualify. But anyway, let's get into the games coming up in the event. So the first match is going to be Kinguin versus Heroic. Now, of course, all I'm going to run through right now is the first day matches, and then tomorrow we'll get into the next ones if I upload a video tomorrow, or I might just run through the entire event here. So that's what, yeah, we'll run through the entire event. So, opening match is Kinguin versus Heroic. Obviously, Taz has come into this team and made great changes, bringing in players such as Reitz and I believe Rallen as well. So for me, a great team that could really sort of upset here. They had a good run at the the Zotac Masters, which they placed, I believe, was it top 4 in? So yeah, they came second at the Zotac Masters. So decent result for that team. Taz has done great things with this roster, bringing it to light again. But for me, Heroic will be the team to take this one, even though they've had a couple of roster changes and, you know, they're switching things up, and there's rumors in the Danish scene, and Mertz has just joined. But I believe the talent and the class of Heroic will take that best of 1, but it is a best of 1, so it can literally go either way. So the next game is x-kom versus Red Reserve. Red Reserve being Disco Doppler and Freddy B, Hampus Brolin, and they've actually brought in Radafaction, the Norwegian player, in this all-Swedish lineup. So, for me, x-kom, they're good, but they're not good to win this. So I'm going to actually put Red Reserve as the leaders to win this. Depending on the map pool, I mean, Red Reserve, their maps are pretty simple. They have a good play-to-win percentage on Overpass, Cash, and Dust 2. The rest they can somewhat play. They've not played Nuke many times, but they have performed on it when they have needed to. So, yeah, for me, I'm going to put Red Reserve to take that one. And then Sprout versus Pact is the third best of 1 of the day. I'm going to say Sprout, even though Pact could perform an upset. They beat Izako Boas to qualify to this event from the last chance qualifier with Hellraisers dropping out. But I think Sprout will take it. They've recently brought in Farven to make them a German base roster so that they can play in events like Meisterschaft and the German leagues without having to swap the player with Synced all the time. But Farven is an incredible talent coming into this roster. I believe is a great pickup for Sprout. Obviously, Dennis and Spiddy Dennis can just hard carry when he wants to. Obviously, Nato Safix and Percy, the 2 Danes, very strong AWP in Nato Safix. Percy's just an all-round rifle that you can always rely on. Pact, again, they have some good players. They have Tom from Pride. They have Darko, who's been around the scene for a long time. But for me, Sprout will take that game as well. Just for the fact that Sprout is a much more experienced team. They have more proven online and at some local lands. So, for me, they take this game. Ago versus Fragsters is probably the most exciting best of 1 of the opening games, which is in Group B. This is probably the 2 highest teams in this event that have qualified. Oh, no, Fractures was invited, Ago qualified. Maybe it should have been the other way around. Ago, much, with it being a Polish event, much more fan base. But these 2 are probably the most evenly matched up teams. Even though Fragsters, they've had good results at places like Star Series, beating Virtus Pro twice. I mean, they've fallen off now, but even so. Yeah, beating Virtus Pro. Coming in DreamHack events, well placed. Ago, though, for me, that team, they were good until Snatchy left, so it's going to be interesting to see how Sparrow actually fits into this roster, but he should slot in pretty well. I mean, obviously, like Tau, PHR, Furlan, they're all good players. They can all work in this roster, so for me, this is probably the most evenly sort of matched up game of the openers. Ago will be looking to get it on maybe on Overpass or Mirage, potentially for a best of one. I mean, in a best of one format, we're only going to typically see matches like Mirage, Cash, Inferno, and Overpass if necessary. We're not going to see a map like Nuke or Train. They're too strategic. You want to save those for a best of 3. But those are the opening matches. Now, obviously for the winners matches, they qualify straight to the playoffs if you obviously reach the winners matches. And then the elimination matches are best of 3. So that'll be really interesting to see how these games actually run. It starts in around 44 minutes. So I've got to get this video up pretty much straight away. But there are my thoughts on the event. As for who goes on to win this, I'm going to say it's going to be a really random event. I'm going to say someone like Heroic Ago Final. They come from different sides of the brackets. They're in different groups. They can both make it out of their groups, technically 2-0 to qualify for the playoffs. I feel like we might see an Ago Heroic Final, unless they get seeded together in the semis. Then I give it to someone like Kingwin to come in and take it, or even a team like Sprout or Red Reserve if they perform a couple of upsets. I don't think Sprout can go on to challenge teams like Ago and Heroic, but who knows? We'll see what happens during the event. I will keep up to date with the scores. Obviously, I'm casting the entire event, so I'll be joined by a couple of guests during the show as well. But it's mostly me solo carrying, solo producing. But I don't mind that. It's where I fit into my element best. Either way, though, thank you all for watching. I hope you do like this style of video. I'm going to be bringing more of these to my channel, especially for the events that I am casting in the near future. I have a couple of things lined up in the works. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.